Hi, welcome to the Creepy Villain MMA show. I am your host, Creepy Uncle Nick, and this is my sidekick.
Villain the villain, we're legit.
And we're blurry again. What up? Why are we so blurry? Whatever. You're going to get a blurry show today. My camera sucks. Alright, so we're going to start off with the review of the Battle of the Bayou, which had Jake Shields getting knocked the fuck out by Jake Ellenberger after his dad died. 3 weeks after his dad died, he got knocked out. That sucks.
What a great month for him. And it was really quick, too. He did something GSP couldn't do, or could ever do. And
finish somebody?
Yeah.
GSP, please. You're my favorite fighter. One of my favorite fighters. Finish somebody again.
Yes. And there's a bunch of retards out there who thought Jake Shields was going to kick Jake Ellenberger's ass. They're all like, oh my gosh, Jake Shields is the best. Why would you ever freaking pick Jake Ellenberger? Who does he beat?
Yeah. Shut up.
And now he just beat Jake Shields.
Court McGee. Oh, cool. Oh, we were in focus there for a second. Court McGee beat Dong Yang. I don't even know how to say his name.
Dongji Yang.
Yeah, the Donger. That was by unanimous decision, and it was kind of an okay fight, but not the greatest.
Yeah.
Eric Cox got awarded the decision over Jonathan Brookins, which I was actually glad to see because Jonathan Brookins didn't do any damage. He just laid and pressed on him and really didn't punch him, didn't do much of anything.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice to see finally the judges not award for lay and pray. I'm a big fan of wrestling and grappling and MMA, but I'm also a fan of punching them when you have control of them. Brookins did not do that.
Yeah, Brookins definitely had octagon control, or how to say it, but
cage control.
Yeah, but I think Cock was hitting the strikes more and got more devastating punches. But I want to congratulate him.
We are two members of the Cokehead Nation. And we actually have his picture up here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And autograph.
Yeah. Alan Belcher beat the living shit out of Jason the Athlete McDonald. When he was getting punched on the ground, McDonald, I was kind of surprised. He was showing a lot of pain in his face, and, Belcher just dominated him. I thought it was going to be hard for him to finish the fight because McDonald's such a salty veteran, but, he got fucking his ass kicked. Bad.
Yeah, like, within 2 minutes, but I think Alan Belcher should start going against that top.
That's awesome. That's
top 10
right there.
Yeah. He should be going against top 10 guys now, and I definitely think he's a top level guy. He's been finishing people quick, like did today, and just finished McDonald.
Yeah, he's good. He needs to get a different tattoo. That sucks. But other than that, he's a pretty good fighter. And he had a lot of, time off, and I was a little bit worried about ring rust, but he didn't have any. He beat a tough guy in Jason McDonald. All right, we're going to go on to the preview of UFC 135, which is pitting off my main man, Johnny Boner Joners, who is, you can see here, kicking Machida in the face, who is awesome. He's 13-1. That's what I said. It was Shogun in the face. He's kicking Shogun in the face. He's 13-1 with wins over Shogun, Ryan Bader, Vladimir Matasheko, Brandon Vera, Stephan Boner, and he's got one loss by DQ to Matt the Hammer Hamill. And he will be going up against, I'm going to tell you who he's going up against. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you.
I'll tell you who.
Yes, Mr. T, who is
32-8 with wins over Matt Hamill and Machida. Was his last 2 wins, and he also has wins over Vanderlei, which was a devastating knockout.
He got 2 losses to Vanderlei.
Yes. He has a decision over Dan Henderson and has wins over Liddell in Q30.
This is going to be a tough fight, I think, because although I think Johnny Bones Jones has got every advantage in this, except for maybe punching power, but he has more punches, better kicks, his wrestling's good, but he seems a little scared. I don't want to say scared, but really nervous about this fight. And Rampage doesn't do much except for just punch hard. He doesn't wrestle. He doesn't throw kick. Well, he threw 1 kick, but that's about it. I'm going to pick John Jones on this one, but if this was Rashad Evans, I think I'd pick Rashad Evans because it seems like Jones needs to mature a little bit. But I'm still going with Johnny Bones Jones. I think this is going to be a big thing for him fighting another big name fighter like this.
Yeah, and for only being, how old is he, like 22?
Yeah, 22 or 23, I think.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure for a young kid that age, at that age.
And you're a champion going against a salty veteran in Rampage.
Salty.
And I'm going with John Jones on this one, but this could be the fight where John Jones could get
his chin tested is what I'm looking for. I hope Rampage clocks him a good one time, just so I can get that doubt erased out of me. That's the one thing I always question on this is his chin. The co-main event is our man, Matt Hughes, as you can see here with his bitch on the back, BJ Penn, who's 46-8, who's got wins over. Hey, what's going on, man? I thought I hit pause. Let me go back. This is a good show. As you can see, he's going against, he's 46-8 with wins over Almeida, Renzo Gracie, Matt Tercera, and he actually has a win over GST, but that was many, many moons ago. He has losses to BJ Penn, which is weird because you would think he'd be on the front of the motorcycle then, wouldn't you? Yeah. Thiago Alves, and he's lost twice now in a row, devastatingly to GSP. In fact, I think it was GSP's last finish. He will be going against, as you can see earlier, my favorite guy with the best pictures, Josh Koscheck,
who's 17-5. His last one was against Paul Daly, which seems like a long time ago, but he also has wins over Chris Lytle, super bloody fight. A big win over Anthony Johnson.
I can't stop staring at that picture.
Yeah, he looked pretty hot.
Yeah.
And has a win over Diego Sanchez, but has 2 losses to GSP, 1 to Thiago Alves, and 1 to Paulo Diano.
This is I'm only going with Koscheck for one reason on this one. Matt Hughes seems to have lost a lot of his fire and spark. If this had been a few years ago, I'd probably go with Hughes because of his wrestling, and he's got really, I think he's got better submissions than Koscheck. But I think Koscheck hits harder, and I think Koscheck's hungrier and more, younger and more athletic right now. So I'm gonna go with Koscheck, and I think Koscheck will probably finish him.
Good point, creepy Uncle Meg. Every pay-per-view they have the one the huge upset or whatever. I'm going with Koscheck all the way till now. I'm picking Matt Hughes, and I'm going to pick him finishing Koscheck within the first or second round. I know Rampage might get that, but for some reason I just have this weird gut feeling that Matt Hughes is going to either choke him or knock him out, but
yeah, there's going to be something wrong with Matt Hughes' face after this fight. Wow, that was almost like fucking planned or something. That was weird. You're stupid. At this point, you don't know that. You're really dumb. This is even dumber than the pickup Shields versus Ellenberger. Next, we have up one of my new favorite fighters because of this picture, where he was seen knocking out Stephen Struve. Travis Brown, who is 11-0 with only 1 draw. And that draw was against Cheek Kondo. He has wins over Stephen Struve and James McSweeney in the UFC. And he will be going against the hard-hitting and very athletic-looking
Rob Brun, who's 15-5-1. And who has one win in the UFC over Vinicius Queer.
Yeah, Queer odds. It's hard not to go with Travis Brown on this one, especially when you've seen Rob Broughton, and he's only got 1 win over a Queer. Travis Brown's got knockout power, and he's demonstrated it. I'm going with that just because I don't know enough about Rob Broughton, the bald-headed fat guy.
Yeah, you kind of have to go with Brownie. He's undefeated and has 2 wins against Stephen Struve, who is predicted to win the UFC heavyweight title, and has won over McSweeney, and both were first-round finishes, so you kind of have to go with Brown on that one, so that's what I'm thinking.
This is going to be an awesome fight, this next one, which is one of my fights I'm most looking forward on this card, which is Nate Diaz, as you can see, getting thrown around by Rory McDonald. He's actually on a 2-fight losing streak, but he's got big wins over guys like Marcus Davis, Rory Markham, and Melvin Gillard, which is kind of a surprise to me because Gillard's a beast. He has losses to Gray Maynard, the Sung Gun Kim, Rory McDonald, and my man Clay Guida. He will be going against
Takanori Gomi, who is 32-7, has a win. Actually, his last win was against Tyson Griffin, that was a big knockout for him.
Yeah.
And has losses to that guy Guida, we're basically brothers, and Kenny Florian.
He looks disoriented in this picture, doesn't he? Oh, that's stupid.
And this is actually Nate Diaz's first fight back at 155 after fighting at 170. Yeah, me neither.
We are unprepared because this is a tough fight for both of us to pick. I haven't made this pick yet. I'm kind of, man, I'm going to probably go with Nate Diaz. I don't really want to be honest with you, but I'm going to probably go with Nate Diaz for his ground game is really good. And his chin's pretty good, and that's the only reason why I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, Gomi's kind of, I don't want to say awkward, but unique with his stand-up. If you have a technical guy like what Florian did to him, that would be good, but Nate Diaz's ground game's good. I think he's a black belt on Cesar Gracie. But I'm going to go with Nate Diaz too, just because I know both of them are veterans, but
Diaz has been fighting a lot too, which is another thing. And he fights at least 3 times a year, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And the UFC against top guys, and he fights them. Gomi has not been doing that. He has been fighting a few tough guys recently, and he's lost to them. He's lost to Guida. He lost to everybody else. Okay. So, I think you're going with Diaz, you said?
Yes.
All right. Finally, we're going with our man, Ben Rothwell, who trains in this town, or by us, who's 31-7. He's got wins over Gilbert Ivell, Rico Rodriguez, and Roy Nelson twice, as you can see right here in the IFL. He has losses to Cain Velasquez and Andrei Arlovsky. And he will be going against
Mark Hunt.
Funny. Who's 6-7. Why is this guy in the UFC? You have a losing record.
And why is he on the main card?
Yes, I don't understand that at all.
Maybe for the heavyweights because they might knock each other out, but come on.
Garbage.
He has wins over, his last win was against that guy Chris Tauscher, which he finished on, which is good. But then before that, he lost like 6 straight in a row, and somehow he got signed to the UFC. He did lose to Sean McCorkle, Fedor Emelianenko, Gegard Mousasi, Alistair Overeem, and Melvin Manhoef.
Gegard Mousasi is like 2 weight classes lower too.
Yeah. But the weird thing is, it says he has wins over Vanderlei Silva and Krokoff.
Yeah. What stinks though is Rothwell. I'm picking Rothwell on this one, but he hasn't fought in over a year since June of 2010. So ring rust could be an issue. I'm still going with Rothwell just because I don't know. I have a hard time picking Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay with Mark Hunt.
That's a tough one too. Like you said, Ben Rothwell. He hasn't fought in a long time. But I cannot pick a guy that's not from Wisconsin.
He gassed against Cain too, I think. And
yeah.
I mean, he didn't look that great against Gilbert Ivell, but he's got some big fights. He's fought Krzysztof Szczecinski twice too in the IFL.
Yeah, and basically all Mark Hunt does is stand up. And actually, Rothwell's chin looked really good against Velasquez, so I'm going with Rothwell.
As far as news goes, there's been a bunch of fights that got announced, and we're just going to go over them real quickly. Daniel Cormier is going to be going against Josh Barnett in the Strikeforce Grand Prix finals, which I think should be for the heavyweight title for Strikeforce.
That's exactly what I was saying.
It doesn't matter because Strikeforce is going to be done at the end of the year, I think. It's ridiculous. They just signed, and this is another one. Dan Henderson is now back in the UFC. He'll be fighting Shogun at UFC 140. Also, all of the, at the first of the year, all the Facebook fights will be not on Facebook anymore. They're all going to be on TV on Fox, so get ready for that. That's going to be freaking awesome. Alright, so we got, other than that, Penn is fighting Nick Diaz, and now Kara Penn is fighting GSP, Clay Guida is fighting Ben Henderson, Brock Lesnar is fighting Alistair Overeem, Kung Lee is going to be fighting Vitor Belfort at UFC 139, Little Nog versus Tito, Frank Mir versus Big Nog, and Fedor versus Jeff Munson. Before we go, I want to say good luck to my man Dylan in his first grappling contest this weekend. Yeah, next week it'll be up. let you know how bad he did. He should do
I'll
pretty
see
good.
you there, Pettis.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And Pat Barry.
And Clay Guida, you should be here too.
Yeah.
Alright. Look forward to us next week, and look for us on Facebook. Later, Mas Betas.